Ryan here with Prudential Pest Solutions, and we got a call for Newtown Square, PA, which is in Delaware County, just outside of Chester County in southeastern Pennsylvania, for a giant hornet's nest. And you can see how big that is with my face right next to it. And this hornet's nest was actually on the upper soffit above the second story, but there was a deck below, and the deck didn't have stairs on the outside. I didn't want to bring ladders through the house, so I have my ladder set up on the front of the house, and we're going to kind of go roof to roof to roof until we get to the actual nest itself. So I have my bee suit on, and these are bald-faced hornets we're dealing with on a roof, so, we're going to be extra cautious. There's a nice aerial shot of the work van. So the nest is actually on the other side of this roof we're about to get on. So we have to go up and then down the other side to even get to the nest. And it's a pretty steep pitch. So we're going kind of slow to get up there because, safety first. But I'll tell you, what a nice view today. Can't beat that. So because the pitch of the roof was so steep, if I would have just left, I couldn't bring my toolbox down to it. It would have probably slid off the roof. So I'm using the septic exhaust pipe there just to stabilize my tools. I'm going to grab my PTPI and a scraper. So we're going to treat it and then remove it. And the nest is all the way down and to the left by where that downspout's coming down. So even if I could get access from the deck, it still would have been quite a reach to try to get to the nest. So I thought the safest way was to get onto the roof and get up close and personal with it. So I'm just going to put my scraper down. And then we're going to take a good look at this big monster of a bald-faced hornet's nest. So not the greatest position to treat in because you have to get super close and almost sit right on it. But here's a side shot of it. Pretty big. Again, nice view out to the pond there. So I'm just going to shimmy down almost right to the opening, and then once you start the treatment, it's game on. So you can see I'm applying the PTPI. The hornets are just flying out of there. Well, dropping out of there is probably more accurate. So my technique is to apply the product directly into the main opening of the nest and then come into the back end of it and reapply. So we can see hornets dropping out, rumbling and tumbling down to the gutter. And because that gutter had a gutter guard on it, we don't really have to worry about anything clogging up the other downspout there. And the hornets that we're seeing flying around the outside, these were hornets that were already outside of the nest. So their job is to go out, gather resources, and then come back to the nest. And right now they're coming back to the nest, and they know something's not right. And we know that because they're not coming and going out of the nest. They're kind of hovering right around it. So this treatment took place first week in September. So this is right around the time of year when these nests get to that can be this size. And this was basketball size, maybe a little bit bigger. So now that we have the nest treated, there's still going to be hornets flying around the outside. So we'll just make sure we have our applicator here ready to go. And then I have my painter's multi-tool scraper, and I'm just going to kind of dislodge the nest at the top and the side. And then just get hands-on with it and just kind of shimmy it right off. Now in this case, the actual comb, which was like a 3 or 4 tiered comb, was firmly attached to the soffit. So all the paper came off in one easy stroke. but the actual comb stayed on. So, and you can see I really got to give it a good tug to even get it off. So once the nest and the comb's removed, I'm going to get my scraper, and we are going to just get as much of the paper off as possible to just kind of clean that area up a bit. And they really do a nice job of sticking the nest to the structure. You know, because otherwise just a good summer storm coming through would, if they didn't have it firmly attached, would easily just blow it right off the building here. So bald-faced hornets do a good job of securing their nest. So there's our removed nest. We have it down on the shingles there. Very good size one. Now I'm going to climb the mountain back up to my toolbox. We're going to lay the nest out so that we can get some pictures to send to the client. Because I always think it's neat to send pictures so the client has something to, remember the hornet's nest that their house grew. All right, so now we're going to bag it up. And then I'm going to take a longer term residual dust, kind of dust that area, because there's still going to be hornets flying around where the nest used to be. And then we'll be all set. And you can see I'm taking my time, going nice and slow and easy up and down, because with the B-veil on, it kind of distorts your depth perception. So whenever I'm working on a ladder or in an attic or on a roof and I'm wearing my B-veil, I always try to take it nice and cautious and slow and deliberate, because it's really easy just to kind of lose your depth perception. And I definitely don't want to take the short way down off this roof. So again, just take one last admiration of the view. And we're going to kind of make our way back down. So we were pretty fortunate that with it, where this nest was, that on the opposite side of the house allowed us a little bit easier access to get up there. Even though it took, a much longer route to get there, I felt this was the safest way to do it. Then again, with the B-veil on, we just got to really be careful getting on ladders and on roofs. You can see the pitch of the angle there of the roof. And that's another job completed. So this client was in Newtown Square, Pennsylvania, which is in Delaware County in southeastern Pennsylvania. And Prudential Pest Solutions are the experts at treating and removing hornets, yellow jackets, bee, and wasp nests. And that's a fine looking service vehicle we have there. And here's just some other close-up shots of the nest. So if you have a hornet, yellow jacket, bee, or wasp issue, call professionals at Prudential Pest Solutions at 484-401-4361.